Hi there, everyone. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet. And at the moment, I'm flying solo. Jolene has got some administrative things that she is needing to tackle, so it's unlikely that she will be able to join us for our preamble or our Pam Gregory meditation that begins in just a few minutes. So, as we know, 7 p.m. UK is the time when that begins. So that is what we are going to aim for, but I'm very grateful for all of you who can make it live. But as ever, as we know, this is all about magnetizing the new earth frequency. And regardless of whether you can make it on that time, which suits people in the UK typically, but not necessarily in the United States. So it's completely understood that often it can be a real challenge for people to make it at that time. But whenever you can make it, you are feeding your energy into the quantum wave structure as if you were with us live. So it really makes a difference. And you can kind of just think because the value of this energy, high frequency energy that we put out there, guided by the wonderful Pam Gregory, is amplified because basically it works on a squared basis. So for every 10 people that we can get in addition to what Pam has got around the world, then that is like 10 times 10 equals 100. And there you go. And it's whatever that number is now. I worked it out. But yeah, it doesn't take 90,480 people around the planet is the actual equivalent of 8.2 billion. That is the entire population of the planet. So you can see how, because of Pam's wonderful ability to highlight this energy around the world, it won't take that much before we're actually creating so much energy that it really is shifting us up through the frequencies to that fifth dimension and beyond. And it's so exciting. Now, plus, it is a fantastic time for us to really, get into, I suppose, the issues that we're seeing around the world at the moment. And hi to Karen. Thank you for coming in to join us again. But the issues that we're seeing, I mean, predominantly like in Europe, I suppose, when you're thinking about the fires that are going on out there right now, in France, in Spain, in Italy, that are destroying an awful lot of land and a lot of people's lives. You know, we know that this year is the start of something big. Okay. We are going through this shift of the ages, and fire is a form of rebirth. Now, it's not much fun if you're in the way of a fire, but I mean, I know that the indigenous population, in fact, we have a video that we put on this, talking about how the indigenous folks in North America would use fire, gentle fire, as they would call it, to bring about new birth. Now, obviously, what we're seeing in Europe at this point in time is certainly not gentle. It's very destructive. But at the end of the day, it's I'll tell you another weird thing as well. The numerological side of things and the Chinese, the year of the fire horse, all these things kind of align with the how things were, for instance, in 1666 when there was the Great Fire of London. And it also aligns with, I believe, the San Francisco earthquake in the early 1900s as well, which all fell under that same sign. But there is something going on out there at the moment. We can feel the compassion for everybody that's out there who is struggling with not just that, but obviously with wars and various other things going on right now. You know, but the main thing is that, as Pam always tells us, we do not focus on the negative. We don't focus on the suffering, because by focusing on the suffering means we're amplifying whatever we're focusing on. So we focus on the emotions that we want those who are going through the suffering to feel. So we need to reach out with that compassion, with that kindness, but we need to also think of the joyous elevation that they will be able to experience once again in the future, and help to elevate that to them right now. So whatever it is, because we're all unique for a reason, right? We're all individuated expressions of divine consciousness, and we all have our own ways of doing these things. So, however it works for you, however you want to visualize that, but focusing on those positive intentions that you wish those people to experience. And not just the people, but the animals, the wildlife, everything that is going through the problems at the moment. And Pam's really great with these things. I mean, the way she talks about, even involving like the galactic families and things like that. It's across all of consciousness and creation, because all of consciousness and creation is going through a period of elevation. And sometimes, again, it's the destruction of the old to build the new. And it's not always easy. It's certainly not easy. And that's one of the things that we focused on recently for Jolie and I when we were talking about these Mary Magdalene summaries. And we're going to just do a little bit of a lead in of a section of the one that we cover on Sunday, which is all about oneness and the all. And it's a bit like the balance and harmony that we did last weekend on the Sunday. And again, I'm going to put a separate video on that, probably tomorrow. And that's just a 15-minute video, but it's Mary Magdalene's words from when, following the crucifixion of Yeshua, when all the disciples split in different directions, Joseph of Arimathea and Mother Mary went back to their roots in England, because their mother was Anna, who was like a Celtic princess over in the southern part of England. So they still had their family roots there. Mary Magdalene went to Gaul, which is now France. But what used to happen is that most years they would come back together to Joseph of Arimathea's villa on Cyprus. And he had the villa there because he had his commercial shipping enterprise had the main hub there for the Mediterranean Sea, or the Central Sea as it was known at that time. And he had a villa there, so he would send his ships out to collect the disciples from where they were and bring them together for the midsummer gathering. And from there, the keynote speech would always fall to Mary Magdalene. And it came back to the teachings of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene working together as they did for years prior to the crucifixion. So it was such deep, profound wisdom. But the interesting thing is that wisdom is for now. It happened 2,000 years ago, and yes, it was for the disciples. It was for those who were present. But really, that information is for now, this shift of the ages. Because there, during the crucifixion, they anchored in the energy of unconditional love into the core of the planet. And if you follow our shows generally, you will know all this. But it was part of a three-part process. The first part took place in Atlantis. The second part took place at the crucifixion. The third point of that process is now. This is where the frequencies are elevating, and that unconditional love and the Christ consciousness that we hold within sits right here. Anyway, I have said enough, because now I am going to shift screens. I'm going to shift screens to that short section by Mary Magdalene, Oneness and the All. And basically, anybody who has any interest, then tune in on Sunday, 4 p.m. UK, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, or on the recording thereafter, because we go into the full summary of this, which is fantastic knowledge to take on board. Not easy, but it really is so elevating. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Truly value your presence with us and on Pam's behalf. And obviously we will have Pam guiding us through that meditation directly after this short section from Mary Magdalene to lead us into it. So bear with me a second. We will switch screens.
When you live in the harmony of the all, you are the friend of everyone and the enemy of no one. Even time will expand and contract to serve you. And you will begin to observe Father, Mother, God in everything you see. Seeing Father, Mother, God in everyone and everything that you encounter will change your perception of the sacred, and you will begin to find wisdom and perfection everywhere, even in apparent folly and chaos. If you should travel through a land in conflict, you will see only peace, and your presence will bless everyone you meet, for it will remind them of their own peace that comes from within. Rooted in the real, you will bring a glimpse of reality into every life you touch. Because the all contains all space and all time, it also transcends all space and all time. By attuning to the real, all knowledge and all wisdom can be assessed. But assessing knowledge and wisdom is one thing, and being able to absorb and apply it is another. When the consciousness reaches a certain level, the wisdom of that level becomes available to you, and you are able to retain it and use it because you are on the appropriate level to do so. If you access a level of wisdom beyond your level of consciousness, it will be slippery, like a fish, and will slide out of your mind before you can absorb and apply it.
So as we begin this meditation, you might want to light a candle or burn some incense. Just make sure you're not going to be disturbed, and have a sense of creating sacred space. Set a clear intention that this is for your highest good, the highest good of all, and the highest good of the earth. Use a mantra of we're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And then just take 3 long, slow breaths. And try and make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. You might even pause for a few seconds at the end of the exhale. Let your jaw go slack and all the tiny muscles around your eyes soften. Let your face soften, and you feel that heavy, softening relaxation just spreading down through your body. Arms, your legs. Feel like butter melting in the sun. We're coming together with open hearts, and we're shifting the collective timeline every time we do this. So imagine our global community. We're creating a sacred global circle. Imagine holding our hands across the world and connecting with our hearts. Some of you may even feel a strong vortex of energy going around the world, connecting all of our hearts together. And know that inside your heart, very small but very bright, is a tiny flame. It's your life force that connects you to the divine. And in the center of this circle, put any living being who you feel or know is suffering right now. People in war zones, people in poverty, disease, famine. You can put animals, birds, all of sentient life. People in extreme weather conditions, earthquakes, volcanoes. Anyone or anything who needs help and healing, put them in the circle. And we're not going to dwell on the suffering because that will magnify it. We're going to raise our consciousness beyond that. So start to see waves of very soft, gentle, pale blue light. Waves coming in, soothing, calming, all the extremes, within that circle. Calming all the grief, the sadness, the hunger, the suffering. See it all soothing and calming as a mother would calm a child. And you can continue to visualize these soft blue waves of calm light all the way through your day if you wish. And then come back to that tiny, very bright flame of light inside your heart, your divine connection. And as you drop into this light and your breath, imagine that you're breathing in and out through the heart as if it were your lungs. And start to see this light get brighter, stronger, bigger. And feel that we're joining together with that heart light all over the world. Feel the expansion of love that we're creating every time we do this. And as your heart light expands, feel love, joy, compassion, peace, freedom for all beings. And we're connecting in this ever-growing web of light around the earth. And start to feel with your breath and your heart light that we're feeding this web of light with those positive emotions: love, joy, peace, compassion, freedom. And imagine this web of light is alive. It's shimmering. It's becoming bigger and brighter all around the earth. We're creating this from the invisible with our focus and our love, and this is how realities are created. You might even notice that other beings are starting to join us. More people, more animals, maybe the elementals, the fairies, the tree beings, our galactic family perhaps, coming together in an army of love, a tsunami of love that is bringing more connection and a sense of oneness to all of humanity. This tsunami of love adds power to this web of light. You might see it as silver golden, sparkling, brilliant, shimmering, vibrant and alive, and taking on its own momentum. And we're doing this by weaving the harmonics of creation with the divine. It's creating an unstoppable force to transmute all of the suffering from darkness into light. We're lifting all of life on Gaia and maybe beyond. And you might even feel that these pulses from our shimmering web of heart light are starting to reach out into the cosmos via this bigger web of light. They're stretching out like galactic superhighways of love. They're reaching out to our galactic family. And also, in this web of light, they're weaving back to Gaia all of life connecting, even to the inner earth beings and all of those high intelligences. Everything has more life force now. Everything is more lit up, more heightened, more sparkling. It's a sense of pulsing oneness and harmony across our entire creation. Everything is connected to support the other in this web of light. This is cosmic love and unity consciousness weaving together to create a new reality and higher timelines where anything is possible. We're raising the love and light quotient on the earth. We're creating new stepping stones of light for others to follow. We can change timelines in a moment. We're coming together in thousands every day in one focused intention to build a more loving new earth. We're the bridge builders, the pioneers who will be talked about in history books. We're embodying that new frequency. We are New Earth. We are creating a new energetic template. And our legacy will be that we stood strong in our light, our love, and our joy as acts of defiance as the battles raged around us. We're imprinting the energy field with a blueprint of a higher version of humanity, with compassion. And our legacy is how much we raise the love quotient in the world. We're warriors of light and warriors of love. Know that deeply in your heart. We're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And you might just check to see if we've eased the suffering somewhat since we started. And do you feel calmer, clearer, as if the lights have been turned up? Did you see a vision of the future we're creating together every day? Know our power as we come together in numbers every day to do this with spiritual dedication. Every day when we do this, we're adding to the tsunami of love across the world and the living light which is creating a very different reality for us all. It's a powerful legacy to say that you could not have done more for love in this world as a bridge builder. And gradually, you might start to feel your body again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And just come back to the room. I just want to thank you and send you many blessings to you all for being with me on this journey of immense courage and transformation. God bless.